Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are you ready for a Raid Shadow Legends
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard the intro. It's a nuke off, this time an HP-based, supersized nuke off, where we have 7 of the top HP-based damage dealers, legendaries, head-to-head to find out who can hit the hardest raw sheer damage when they're in the same gear, with the same masteries, with the same exact stats. Let's take a look at the lineup. Contestant number 1, weighing in at 250 pounds. He's from Japan, or the Shadowkin faction more acutely. He is the leader of the Foot Clan, the Foot Soldiers. He's Shredder. Contestant number 2 is the newest legendary in the game, at least at the time of the recording. He's a champion, past champion. He's hunting aliens. He's weighing in at 220 pounds. It's Predator. Contestant number 3, weighing in at 210 pounds. All hail the king, baby. It is White King Narcissus.
And I can't help falling in love with you.
Contestant number 4, weighing in at 220 pounds, hailing from the Dwarf faction. He's a recent fusion. People were kind of mixed on this dude, but you can't argue with those abs. Bow, 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 bow. It's Granite Doorkeep. Also hailing from Knights Revenant, coming in, contestant number 5, it's the Smoke Monster herself. She's a free legendary champion, just takes you about 2 years to get her. It's Eric's. Contestant number 6, and probably the leader in the clubhouse, the favorite, the odds-on favorite for this HP-based Nuker contest. He's weighing in at 190 pounds, all the way from Ukrainian lore. It's Taurus the Fierce, as he plays his little fiddle. And coming in at number 7 is a legendary in disguise. It's the best HP-based nuker out of any epic in the game. He's flamin' hot. It is Magnar. Alright guys, so some ground rules for this contest, as well as a quick disclaimer. The ground rules are going to be the same artifacts on every single champion. Now I'm going to work off camera to make sure that the stats all add up plus minus about 5% to exactly what you see here. So everybody's going to be from 98 or so to 102,000 on the HP. Everybody's going to have the same critical damage from 275 to 285 range, and everything else is going to be exactly the same. I'm going to make sure there's no damage escalation going on in terms of blessings or in terms of relics. I'm also going to have the same exact masteries on all of these champions, which are going to be exactly as you see here. Nothing more, nothing less. I've gotten rid of Helmet Smasher because I want to take away all RNG and all other variables out of the equation here and just make it raw damage, right? Obviously a 50% chance to proc Helmet Smasher, so we're getting that out, and we're going with Flawless Execution as well as Steadfast for some extra HP on all of these champions. So the gear's going to be the same, as well as the masteries, and everything else going to be as close as humanly possible to the same here. They're going to be in lethal gear. I have a 2-piece stone skin, but it is what it is. It's mainly about the lethal. Hey, but we get a little extra HP from the stone skin as well. The disclaimer, guys, listen, this is fun. It's entertaining. I enjoy doing these videos. I actually have a whole nuke off series. You can check out the playlist after this video. It'll be in the description below of all my nuke offs, but it is for fun, right? It's cool seeing what kind of raw damage all of these champions can do, but let's be real, a champion is more than just the damage, and some of the damage is also circumstantial, such as Narcissus, for example, right? He can deal double hits on enemies with a strengthen or a shield. So this is for fun to check their raw damage, but it's by no means an indicator of who's the overall best champion. All right, guys, all that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at the contest team setup. All right, guys, so we're going to go Dragon Hard 10 because all of the enemies are Void Affinity. We don't have to worry about affinity matchups, weak hits, strong hits, anything like that. We're also going to use the same setup. We're going to be using Lydia the Death Siren as a debuffer. She's also going to be a 9-piece protection, so we're going to make sure that all champions have the same amount of protected buffs, which is going to be 2. We'll just restart until we get those 2 buffs secured on our nuker. We're also going to set up an instant turn with Shuzen the Valorous, also giving a increased crit damage damage to all of these champions. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and go. Enough talking about it. Let's go into Dragon's Lair and start this contest. So, contestant number 1 is going to be Shredder himself. Let's go ahead and debuff and make sure that we have 2 protected buffs, which we don't.
Later.
All right, now we have 2 protected buffs. We're going to go with the on champions, if they have 2 AoE attacks, we're going to go with the highest multiplier, obviously. And for Shredder, that's going to be the Shadow Shinobi, his A2 ability, which hits 2 times. Here we go. Shredder, let him have it. What you got, big fella? Boom! Boom! All right, not bad, not bad. What is the total damage for Shredder? It is 513,000. Not too bad to start this contest. All right, guys, now it's Predator's turn. I'm expecting big things from Predator. He costs $40 after all, or $60 if you want him immediately. All right, he has this 1 protected buff. Be right back.
Later.
Honestly, I do burn a lot of energy and gems on these videos because we have to redo all the masteries as well. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and give him his instant turn. He has his 2 protected buffs. He only has 1 AoE to choose from. It's Smart Disc. This is his second ability as a 2-time hitter as well. Here we go, Predator. What do you got for us, big boy? Hunt some aliens. Boom, in the target. Ooh, that was big boy damage. Damn, Predator. He's got 895, 330. Oh, man. That's a big, strong showing from Raid's newest champion, past champion. Who's up next? Next up is the King. Here we go. I'll have a blue Christmas without you. All right, Narcissus, what you got, big fella? Here we go. We're going in. We have the 2 buffs, both protected. We're going to give him his instant turn. Now, again, with Narcissus, I mean, there's no shield or strengthen, so only 1 hit. Let's make it count, Narcissus. What you got for us? Boom! Not too bad. Could have been better with an extra hit. We have 471, 270. 471, 270. Who's up next? All right, guys, next up is Granite Doorkeep. When we talk about HP-based nukers, this is an educational intermission here for you guys, right? With attack-based nukers, we have increased attack. With defense-based nukers, we have increased defense. How does that inform the way that we best build these champions to maximize their raw damage? Well, with HP, they don't have an increased HP buff in this game. So we want to prioritize crit damage more so on HP-based nukers. It's really important to have a lot of crit damage. In fact, the number that we're using in this video as kind of a baseline at 280 is on the low end considering the rest of the gear that we're using. So HP-based nukers, of course we want HP, but we really want to go in and get that crit damage because we don't have that escalatory stat to increase their base damage stat like we do for attack-based and defense-based damage dealers. So don't leave home without your critical damage on your HP-based damage dealers. All right, guys, here we go. It's Granite Doorkeep. This guy had mixed reviews after his fusion. Can he impress us today? Granite only has 1 AoE, and it's on his A2 ability. Here we go. Hit him with that haymaker, Granite. What do you got? Boom. Okay. Might be in last place. I don't know. All right, Granite has 404,069. All right, guys, we're going in with Eric's now. She's got the gear on. We've got the setup. Let's do this. Can Eric's impress us here? Wait. She cut it. Eric's, you're too fast and you don't have 2 protected buffs. Be right back. Eric's has a passive, by the way, that fills her turn meter every time an ally inflicts a critical hit. And we're seeing it on display right now. She's cutting in line, even though she's about 30 speed or so slower than Shuzen. It's actually a really cool passive, and you can see it in action right now. I need to speed up Shuzen. I'll be right back.
Later.
All right, guys, hopefully this does the trick. Eric's, you're making us wait. You're making us wait. She does have her 2 buffs, and she is going to go in the right order. Here we go. Now, Eric's has a stun that she brings on her AoE, her strong AoE as well. But the cool thing about Eric's is she has a strong AoE on her A1 as well. Anyway, here we go. Eric's, let him have it! Okay, not Granite bad, I would say. She put out 408,916, beat him by a hair. All right, guys, the moment you've all been waiting for. It's Taurus the Fierce. Now, here's the thing about Taurus. He's tough. He's difficult, right? Because he actually has an unfair advantage. The unfair advantage is on his constant pressure ability, his big AoE nuke, it actually does more damage based on every buff on allies, okay? So what I'm gonna do to penalize him to hopefully offset this just a smidgen, which is not going to be enough, is I'm actually not going to give him the protected buffs that everybody else got for the 9-piece protection damage bonus of 10%. So without the bonus, no protected buffs, Taurus, what you got? Boom! Oh, holy mackerel, like he needs the protected buffs. He ends up getting 1.1 million damage! All right, guys, we're not done yet. We're not done just yet. Yeah, Taurus, you got over 1 million damage. Congratulations. You got double the damage of Narcissus and Granite and Eric's and Shredder even. But can Magnar surprise some of you guys out there? You never underestimate Magnar. Needs his 2 protected buffs. We'll be right back. All right, we're giving him his instant turn, his increased crit damage. Magnar, what do you have for us with your percussive pound? Are we ready, Magnar? 3, 2, 1. Let him have it. Boom! Boom! Oh, Maggie. Oh, Magnar, 623,777. Let's tally the final results. All right, guys, coming in at number 7 is Granite Doorkeep at 400,000 damage, 404,000 to be exact. Now, I actually like Granite here. He brings Shatter, increased crit damage as well. I really like him, even though he came in last here. He's a perfect example of a champion who is not just the damage that this guy can bring to the table. Could probably say the same thing about Eric's. Coming in at number 6, I love her counterattack, leading into more AoEs on the A1 with removal of buffs, but today she finishes in 6th place with 408,000 damage. Coming in at number 5 is the king. It's White King Narcissus. He had 471,000 damage. Just remember that Narcissus is an actual beast if the opponent does have a shield or strengthen, specifically in the arena, but really works everywhere. You can get double that damage in those circumstances. Coming in at number 4 is Shredder, one of the only 4 champions to get over 500,000 damage, coming in at 513,000 damage. It's the hard to kill evasive Shredder. Coming in at number 3 is the little epic Who Could. Aren't you guys proud of Magnar like I'm proud of Magnar? Now, he can't beat Dirndl. Have you seen the Force Affinity nuke off? Perfect video to watch after this one, if I do say so myself. Either way, Magnar, 623,000 damage, comes in number 3, taking home the bronze medal. Coming in at number 2 with an impressive 895,000 damage, it is Predator. And number 1, the odds-on favorite. He wins. You know, it's not a surprise. It's Taurus, the Fierce. Take that fiddle out. I know it's not a fiddle, but leave me alone. Taurus with 1.1 million damage. Sure, he does get the buff bonus, but we tried to penalize him a little bit. You just can't hold this fiddler down, baby. It's Taurus the Fierce, number 1 on our HP-based champion nuke off. Who did I forget on this list? Let me know who you want to see in the next nuke off here in Ash Raid Shadow Legends. In the meantime, perfect time to check out any of the entries in this series that you may have missed. Check them out in the description below. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.